Do you look good?
Stop it!
Oh my god.
We're InSense.
Literally. Okay. Yes, we're back with another episode of
InSense.
In what, Sash? InSense. Literally, we're gonna have a good intro soon, just bear with us. But today, I mean, we look cute, right? We look good.
I think you look real cute.
I think you look really good. We wanted to give you like a little feel of, I mean, I don't know if I'd wear this out on a date, but yeah, we wanted to give you date night vibes.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
I definitely wear this lipstick.
Yeah, I feel like a nice sleek hair, red lip. It's like no kissing just yet.
No. Yeah, exactly that. That's why I would wear
If you wear a red lip on the first date, I feel like you're saying that it's not that. Like, calm down, hun. I think a lipstick is a good choice. We just went straight in for the kill, by the way. But like, literally, girls, wear a lip if you want to avoid kissing on the first date. Because you know those greedy motherfuckers that want to go in, you're like,
no, and you 100%, and make sure it's a bright, deep
some
red
boys don't care.
that you do not want to get smudged.
Equally, if I'm here for it, I'm here to, ow! But we'll get there.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, today we're literally discussing men. No, I'm joking. First dates, vibes, how you feel when you're dating, and all of that kind of fun.
Do's, don'ts, and the icks.
Oh, the icks.
The juicy ones, the icks. We're gonna get to that in a moment. But before we get to the icks, CJ, before we get to the icks, let's explore.
Okay.
Or express ourselves.
I feel like naughty already. I love dating. Is so fun. Like,
it's exciting, right?
It's such an important thing, and I feel like so many girls sometimes shut themselves off and they're like, no, I don't want to date, I just want to do me. And like, absolutely, like, you need to be yourself.
There, right?
You need to be yourself before you even think about entertaining someone else. But like, if you're single, if you're like in that stage, like, enjoy it. It's the time of your life. Like,
it's a time as well where you get to know yourself more and know what you really want. Yeah. If you don't go through the dating process, you're not gonna know what you want in a man or a woman or whatever you're into, right? But for men too, guys, same for you guys. I'm sure, like, when you're dating different girls, you know, you see what you like and don't like in different girls.
You know very early as well. Like, when you're on a date, like, I'm a few questions in, I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling this. Luckily, and I think for us too, we're quite talkative, if you haven't noticed already.
Right.
So we're good. Like, I can hold a date down even if it's going to shit. I'm like, okay, because I got good banter or because I can chat, we'll make this not awkward. But there are some people that go on dates that literally are like,
I've seen it. Bro.
It's awkward.
I've been on a date. You know when you're on a date and the table next to you's on a date and you feel I'm like cringing for them. I'm like, bro, say something. Like,
yeah, no, it's cringe. But yeah, sorry.
Anyway, okay, I want to talk about first dates.
First dates, yummy.
Those butterfly dates.
So we talking about like a first date with someone that you know, maybe like a Tinder date, or
let's do two different first dates. Okay. One, we're gonna do a first date of someone that you know or you've met. Okay. And that you kind of had a crush on for a while, you know, like for ages, and you finally get to go on the first day. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm going on a date.
Yeah, it's so cute. So yeah, for me, those ones are slightly more important. Like, if you know that, like, let's call it a work friend. Like, I don't think I've been in that situation, but like, let's say a work friend or someone that you kind of know, or maybe through a friend you met out, and you're like, oh, okay, you're into that person. I think it's really important that you get to know what that person likes. Like, for me, that's the biggest thing. Like, so that straight away you're not going out and you're, you know, for me, like, it was always an awkward thing doing fancy dinners because we discussed this because I'm fussy. So if someone wanted to, like, be flashy and take me out, it's nice, but ultimately I'm going to sit there in a stress for an hour because I'm going to think, what am I going to order from the menu, you know? Versus, like, if someone knew me a bit better, I love music and I love cocktails, like, good date night, just take me to a fancy cocktail place, like, a couple of porn stars, and I'm having a great time, I'll talk, whatever. So, for me, if you know what the person's into, that's a bonus.
Right.
And I think those are the fun text times as well. Like, so what do you like doing? Is it, you know, you should explore that in this stage.
I do also think, talking about text, can I just, I've got my thing, I need to add on something. I love a good, of course, if you know me, you know I love a good talk and a conversation, and I can go on and on and on. However, I always say this is CJ, Like, I think when you meet someone, like, yes, get to know them, of course, warm up and get that energy and get that connection before you do actually meet up to get the physical connection. But if you give too much away and you're not give too much away necessarily, but just go into too many deep talks before you have that first date, it can either be a real killer when you go, or you can long it out so much that when you go on that first date, that you feel like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I've done it. I've done it quite a few times. Like, I done online dating for maybe like a year and a half. Like, I was so not really ready for a relationship or ready for anything serious, and I was like quite keen on dating and going out, but I had spent maybe like 2 weeks, and I'm talking like serial phone conversations every night on the bloody phone, like constant,
like for hours.
Yeah, like
Jesus Christ.
And then texting every hour of the day, sending videos, sending pictures, like, oh, this is what I'm doing.
I mean, we've all done that.
Just your general day to day, because we you know, and knowing our lifestyle, being busy, like, it was so hard to generally fit in dating anyway. But anyways, taking this time, getting to know someone, and then literally you meet up and you're like, oh, that was nothing like what I've fucking been doing for 2 weeks. What the fuck was that for? Like, I'm joking. I get it. You need to do that to understand it's something. But
even if it's not online, even if it's someone that you do like or know, it's just sometimes, for me personally, start keeping that little bit of like mystery from both.
Mystery, and also just like naturalness, because on the phone you are being yourself, but there's a version of yourself that you're hiding. You're not face to face. You're not, you know, having to have eye contact and stuff. And those things on a date are so important. And for me, there's this made up idea of what that is over the phone. I would be on the phone and have these amazing conversations, and then in person I'm just like, I'm just not attracted to you. You know, or there's no sexual tension, or something is missing. So
you know when you're having those conversations as well, right? When you're like in that like zone, when you're getting to know, that's why I've retracted myself. And I used to be that person, don't get me wrong. Right. I'm saying it like I'm never.
No, I
know. So I remember, you know, having those, you're getting excited, and in your head you're like, you're creating up the, oh my god, I want to go on this date, and then we're going to get married, and then my child's name's going to be, you know, he's going to be like this.
Cannot tell me that you don't
pretend
things.
That you
and guys are probably like,
that.
what? Look, they think that. I swear, you start thinking like, oh my god, like, yeah, he said his family's this, and then actually, and then that person will be this, and then all of a sudden, you're in this made-up relationship that is non-existent. You ain't even met a man, and you're in a relationship. You got a babe.
And then you meet him, you're like, oh.
And all that talk with your girls, like, prior to it, you're like, oh, it's so nice, it's so good. And then you're like, babe, it was dead.
It was so dead. Oh, now you got married in your head.
There's a whole, like, I don't want to say a waste, because you have to go for it, but
you have to, but
certainly a time killer. Like,
guys, I'm not like that anymore, so please, I was planning.
Please stay.
But you build up an idea, you get attached to this idea of a fairy tale in your brain. And then you disappoint, you end up having all these expectations, and you disappoint yourself. Don't do it, girls or boys, right? It's.
I know we're gonna get to do's and don'ts in a second, but what would your like do's and don'ts be for online dating?
Oh my god, because we know.
She was like, me,
I know. So the do's and don'ts for online dating. Don't be excited like me sometimes. I'm very forward, which can be a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
Right? I'm so forward, and I'm just online. If you don't know me or know my personality, that can come across like, right, okay, I'm matching this girl because
because we're not forceful, but we're just quite
like I remember, like, I matched this guy, right? I was like, thank you. I already got married to him. Like, in my head, we got married as soon as we matched, because I was like, this is looks wise, he was my ideal man. He was perfect. I was like, yes. And I was just literally, because I was so excited, I was like, damn. I literally went, damn. I went, hello to you, sir.
You wrote that.
I wrote that. And then I went to look, and he literally unmatched me. He unmatched me. I was like, and then I was like, no, it must have been a mistake. It was a mistake. No,
refresh it.
It must have been a mistake. So I'm going through it, I found him again, deleted my thing, got back on, deleted it, got back on. Every time I found him, I was swiping yes, but then I realised it was me.
You know what you just said about what you just put out there? I'm not gonna lie, I've done that with my guy now, like, basically what I was saying with the DM thing, he did come into my DM, but it wasn't on that. Right. He basically was asking me for a location for an event, because I had written on this event page, does anyone know where the location is? So he wrote, hey, did you find the location? My girl, me with my confident ass self, who I'm never like this before, I said, no, I don't, but you can send me yours. Am I? Who am I?
But that's great.
Who am I? Yeah, he did it. But I asked him out again, fuck's sake. But the different, even just that, because I know you probably said that's a don't a minute ago, but like, in a sense, like, you have to put yourself out there.
It's not a don't. It's not necessarily a don't, because I feel like being a confident woman, it's very, very important to show that to men. Like, and men do love confident women and vice versa. I love a confident man.
Yeah, no,
right?
100%.
So it's important to put. But I just think sometimes with online, if you're not, maybe just one. Like, I should have just. Maybe he just didn't freaking like me. Like, in my head, I thought it was a damn. He probably just thought, no, I don't fancy you. You're not that nice. But I just didn't want to accept that at the time. But yeah, the do's and don'ts, and another don'ts. You said the don'ts, right? Another don'ts online is definitely what I said before. Don't invest the conversation and time. You know, pretty like within, I would say that the first few days of talking to someone, if you know, making sure they're safe and real, of course, as well, FaceTiming, make sure that that's the person and they're not a psycho. Meet up with them very casually, even if it's for just a short walk or a coffee or whatever, just so you can you're not wasting time and energy and longing out this conversation, and that to then meet up with the person and you could have invested your energy into yourself or something else or someone else.
Yeah.
So yeah, those I would definitely say, and don't try to be, as much as I say don't go overboard, but also don't try to be something that you're not. From the first minute, I always kind of am quite open and unfiltered with who I am.
Yeah.
So,
but there's this idea of like, you know, I was talking about today about like the way our mind thinks. You know, you go onto Tinder, these things, and you have a profile, and that thing might say I like blah blah, and already you have an assumption of this person and what they're going to be like, and you know, you see this guy and he's flashy and he's this and that, so you think, oh, he must have this or he must have that, and actually you have to strip that back. And again, you know, going back to our earlier episode about like core values, like what you want from someone, and also just not assuming that person is something that you want them to be.
100%. My last boyfriend, or whatever you want to, my last relationship was very short, very, very short. It was about 5 months or whatever it was, and you know, I met him online, and again, he was not my typical physical type. That it was in some senses, but he was very, you know, very distinctive looking, and one thing that I'm glad that I didn't do, I didn't go like, no, like I was like, let me give it a go, and even when I spoke to him, I was like, oh, he's not the typical guy that I know, but that was good, because it showed me that, you know, don't always go for what you think is your type.
Yeah, you always tell me this, like, stop labeling, stop bracketing types. Because I used to be so bad at that. I can't, it doesn't look, I'm like, well, you can't have just this one version of man that you date. Like, it has to.
Or even like, I like a man of colour, and it could be any colour, maybe I would say. Also, another thing that's quite important is not going, oh, that's my type. Like, oh no, he's blonde with like blue eyes. That's not really my type.
Yeah.
You don't know. Like, your energies might just be completely like. You know, you might miss an opportunity by.
For sure. It doesn't mean go out and just date anyone that you've never, you know what I mean?
No,
you'll know, but sometimes you might be speaking to someone and be like, oh my god, the conversation's really good. Like, I'm not necessarily into him that much. But you haven't met the guy. Like, go and give him a chance. Go and like speak to him. Go and evaluate his energy. And you never know, like that shift might be good for you. Like, for me, like, I had to stop dating the bad boys. Like, that was my thing.
Oh my god, I think
that's everyone's thing, right? Like, we all go through that period of just having a bad boy and being like into that, and like it just gets exhausting, it gets tiring. Like, I understand the thrill, I understand, like, come on, my situation for however many years on and off, like, it was fun, it was like naughty, I was like just this like wow version of myself 24/7 in my head. I was like, yeah, I want to be this, I want to be that.
It's a false.
As I said to you properly, like, if I actually I couldn't be that person all the time.
It's not.
I couldn't even have sex like that all the time. Jesus Christ, I'd die. I was just like a porn star when I went there. I was like, oh yeah, you're gonna be a bad boy, I'm gonna give you that back. Bitch, I can't fucking keep up with that. Jesus, my George. No, I'm joking. I'm not joking. But like, Jesus Christ.
Listen. I think going out with a bad boy, we've all gone through that. Most women, I would say, have been attracted to it, and I think till this day, there's still. I like that edge. I like the edge.
And that's when they can hold their own.
But also remember, ladies, like when you keep going for that bad boy or that kind of like that kind of whole image of, you know, it's a false representation of who you are.
Right.
If you're not that person and you're not about that life or that lifestyle, should I say, you're going out with someone who doesn't represent who you are, and vice versa. And for you guys as well. You know,
and also something that I learned from my coach is that actually a lot of the time who we're dating is sometimes reflections of ourselves and where we are at in life. And sometimes we're so quick to judge the partners that we have or the people that we're seeing, but maybe that there's something in that person that is there to remind us of what we need to get rid of,
right,
or what we need to shift, or how we need to be. And for me, that bad boy version was, for me, getting rid of this like image girl. Like in my head, I think there was a part of me that wanted to have this like aesthetically pleasing lifestyle that was this.
Right.
And I was like, that's not really me. And the guys I keep dating are only going to keep showing up. You want me to be your like it girl, and that's not me. Like,
and I think as well that's why some women, not all women, but some of us, and we've all done it. I've done it. I know I've been there. You're like, oh God, just all men are the same. All men are this, but also the choices that I've made with the men that I've been have been the same. It's not that all men are the same. It's the choices that we make.
Yeah,
right.
We literally are responsible for every single choice.
And
then
vice versa.
Don't get me wrong. I know there are situations where you might be in relationships or situationships where you feel scared to leave, and that's slightly different from what I'm going to talk about. But you are responsible for everything you have and how much energy you invest into anything. And I'll put my hands up and say, we'll get into like actual relationships and toxic this and whatever later on. That'll be a whole other video.
Yeah.
But like, if I am in something 5, 4, 6 years deep, I chose to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No one's put a gun into your head
and that's what I'm saying. If there's someone with a gun,
of course.
Turn off InSense and go.
Yeah, go and
go get some help.
Yeah, go and get help for real. But yeah. So now. Okay, quick. I want to just ask you quickly. What's your ideal first date?
I'm not a big drinker, but I love cocktails. Cocktails and music. I can always do either like, I say a concert night, but you know what? I wouldn't probably want that as my first date. Like, that's like with Bae. Do you know what I mean? Like a concert, yummy vibe. Like, but if it was a guy that I really like and we're talking like early dates, then yeah, like nice drinks, some good food, great music, somewhere with a view. Yeah, I'm super simple. Like, I'm not really into the whole. I love fine dining and stuff on occasions, but
not the first.
I love a vibe. Like,
I personally think on a first date, when you go out for dinner, I find that it's very interviewy. Like,
yeah, you're just giving your best version of yourself.
Okay, so what do you do? What do you do?
What's your favorite plan?
What's your hobbies? What's your favorite color? Okay, it goes. It's very interviewing.
And also, like, bro, I just want to eat my steak and rice.
Oh my God, the way I eat as well. I really don't want you to see that on the first day. Like, I'm not shy.
I want all the chicken wings and chips, bruv. Like, stop taking.
I used to. I don't eat meat anymore. Only one type of meat. Sorry, I had to say that one.
You see what I mean? Like, you can't get a fucking better joke. Jesus Christ, we're terrible. Like,
I can't say I'm a vegan because I still eat my meat, but
She didn't just drop it once, she dropped it twice. But yeah, anyways, what about you? First day?
First ideal day, again, because it's like now we're in autumn, winter.
Yeah.
My vibes change.
Oh, yeah.
I do love either like going for a nice walk in the park, grabbing a coffee or a tea. Look at me, it sounds so old, isn't it? Fucking hell. Or like, I would love someone to go, like, I would love to go, not a first date, but I would love to go out, someone to be spontaneous and say, Sash, do you want to go out for a salsa night?
Yeah,
and I said that before. Or something like Ronnie Scott's, like a jazz cafe, live music, and just sipping on cocktails.
It's like literally with a guy, and like we went to play pool.
Right.
Like that was super random in itself. But like I do love a competitive date, like playing table tennis or like mini golf. I like being competitive. I'm a bitch when it comes to
on a first date though?
Yeah,
really?
Because it gives something, like if you've got nothing to talk about, like, or if energy is like whatever, at least there's something that you can talk on. It's like, I'm gonna beat you, like there's
maybe
something.
Go for a drink and then.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, he didn't drink, but I had a drink, and
Right.
then no, he did drink. He did drink. I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "Do you want to go bar salsa?" And I was like,
I like that. Sorry.
"I like that." And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" I mean, it was so random, but it was really nice. It was really nice.
Great time.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's our ideal first date. Icks. Let's talk about the icks.
I don't know. Like, is this even a whole separate?
No, actually, before we get to the icks, let me just finish.
Okay.
What's the do's and the don'ts on the
there's
date?
so-
Can we just do?
Dating, I could literally go on
Can I just talk
hours.
about one thing
Alright, go
that
on.
I really want to
you're
get?
going.
We're gonna get into the end of the date when the freaking bill comes. That really awkward for us women. I'm sure I'd speak for most women, and I guess men as well. That awkward moment when the bill comes on the first date. Who should pay the bill on the first date?
Me and you, yeah.
I'll go first because we have different views on this. I feel like the man should pay for the first date. I just think
It's not even the first day. You're like, no.
I just think the man should pay generally, right? We've had this conversation before. No, I'm not a gold digger. Yes, I earn my own money. But again, going back to the exchange of energies, men give their energies with money. I will nurture you and do other things. We're not gonna go. Anyway, so but on the first date, that really awkward moment, I genuinely feel it's just polite. Principles.
Alright, first date, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like if we see this going somewhere and you kind of want to split the bill on the first date, I'm kind of like, oh, like, really? Not because of money, but because like if I'm someone that you are interested in, like, not to say that money or paying for the bill should show that you care,
Right.
but it should be a principle of like, look, I've had a really nice time, like I really enjoyed your company and I've asked to take you out, like I should honour that. If the first date
Simple.
isn't how I would like it to go, I am being honest, at that point I don't even want you to pay. Because I know how some guys move and it's like, well, I took her out, I done
But he
this.
invited you out.
But still, even if I've had a bad date to the point where like, I'm like, I'm not feeling your energy, I'm not going to be okay with you paying for me.
Why? It's
I know,
But this is I get what you're I understand what you're saying, but if he said to you, I want to take you out, you've not planned, you didn't even want to go, you were sitting at home in your PJs, having the time of your life watching Netflix. He said to you, no, I really want to take you out, babes, like, I'm really feeling you, and it still doesn't go, why should you have to go hard from that?
Fair enough.
It's
I'd
your
probably
time
be like,
and energy, honey.
I'd probably be like, okay, cool. But I do feel really uncomfortable. Like I don't know, I'm like, you've seen the way I am with even my friends. Like I am terrible and I do need to let this shit go. Because I have had people that like will say, well, I done this for you and I done that for you. And you just get people that just kind of rub money in your face. And like, I remember,
their
for instance,
problem, not yours.
I know, but
Right.
I remember, for instance, like, and I'm not going to talk names, but someone said to me, I really want to take you on holiday, I want to do this, I want a suite, I want blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, like, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Never had someone kind of pay for me to go on holiday. So I was like, yes. He was like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to stay for this long, I want this kind of hotel.
Wow.
But no, seriously, was that
Well,
whatever?
brother.
Anyways,
Oh, okay, maybe not.
when it came down to it, he said, oh babe, could you transfer the half to...
Oh,
And I was just like,
that's a bit of a buzzkill.
but again, straight away, no questions asked. All right, very cool. Because I'm not like the thought of you mugging me off. What if I didn't have the money that you've just done this whole chat about? I want to do this, and like for me, what bothered me was like I wouldn't have the space that I was in then. Like I hadn't earned as much that I do now.
Right.
I didn't have the money to go and buy a suite and to do whatever.
Right.
So I don't mind.
But you would have had to dip into something. And
it just was more like a frustration thing. Like again, be clear on money. I say it to my partners. I say it to whoever. Just say it. I ain't got it, babe. Or I've got this. Like just be fucking honest about money because that is I'll be honest, it gets to me, and it's probably one of my biggest icks.
Right.
Stop being something that you're either not or you can't live up to.
I think it's both for men and women. Be very, very open with where you are financially, just because one, you can both respect each other and understand and not put that pressure on each other, right? And again, going back to like, you know, the man paying, like, when I say the man should pay, you don't need to take me to the shard.
Right.
We can go and have a coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, the coffee. That's £6. What is that?
Yeah.
£6-7. It's just for me personally, it's the principles. I say that, but I always offer. Yeah. I offer, and I just want to see a man being like, you know, that I love a man. I love a man's man, and I love a man that's manly and knows himself and confident. And I feel like, I know it sounds crazy, but when he does bring that card, it doesn't make it awkward. Because how many times has the bill come and you've got like, you're looking at, the guy's looking at the bill. I've had a guy on a date looking at the bill, brings out his phone, starts freaking calculating how many cocktails I've had.
I need to leave.
Honey, you said mine was 60.
We've discussed this before, and I think I've discussed this one time before, but my Valentine's Day with my boyfriend. We was out for Valentine's Day. I had to catch the bus. First thing.
How old was you?
This was fucking, 3 years ago?
Oh, no, I was 16, I was like, that's fine.
I was in a nice dress. I drive, by the way, but because I wanted to have a drink, he said, let's catch the bus.
What, like the
not a taxi. Not even a taxi. Not even a bus. Anyways, whatever. Bus. Then when we get there, I've ordered whatever, get to the end of the night, the bill comes out. I swear down, he puts £20 down. Like the bill was only like maybe 80 quid in a nice restaurant on Valentine's Day. He put £20 down, and then when I'm ordering stuff, he's like, oh, are you having a side?
No!
Oh, are you having another cocktail? And I was just like,
oh my god.
But I'm about to pay for the rest of the bill. And
then imagine if you didn't have the money though. Did he ask you out on the date on Valentine's Day?
Did he ask me on the date? I was his girlfriend.
Oh my god, oh god.
I was his girlfriend.
Oh my god. It's because the way you were describing it, I was like, what?
I know.
Wow, okay, that's...
This is what I'm saying. And I think those situations have made me such a hard bitch at times where I'm like, don't worry, I got it.
No.
And that's something I do need to get over myself.
I think you have to get over those bits. Like, my pride and ego takes over sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, don't worry, I got this.
Yeah, because when that guy did this whole 3 cocktails, and he said yours is 65.40 or something like that, and mine's 48.90. I was like,
I can't do it.
But I literally grabbed the bill, I went, let me see that, and I went, I got this.
I got it.
Because I was like, and the thing is,
yeah.
that's when my ego kicks in, and I'm like, you're taking a piss. But I do love a man. Any man that's out there. I'm single. Anyway, for now.
Yeah, but it is like, listen, I'm someone that like, I can work hard to make sure I've got my money, make sure I'm good. But it is so nice when someone's just got you.
Guys, honestly.
It is nice.
Honestly, men, if you're taking a woman out on a first date, please don't make it awkward. Just grab the bill and pay for it.
I swear, even if it was a first date and someone said to me, listen, I'll be honest, babe, I'm in a bit of a tough time. Actually, I don't even know if you should be dating if you're in a tough time.
Right,
anyway,
you shouldn't, but let's not get there. And girls, always offer, but of course, like, don't go crazy and be like, okay, no, please don't insist. Offer, of course, but genuinely offer. And guys, don't take her offer. Just be the gentleman. Don't make it awkward. Okay, that's that. Icks.
Yeah, I think we're like slowly coming to the end of our session anyways, but I think we should do a quick rundown on icks, like maybe top 10 icks, and then we will get deeper in our next episode, because we need you to come back and we need you to like, because we're giving you some good shit here. Like, I'm in this shit now. I'm literally in it, because there's so many things that come up that I'm like, no, that's not okay, or like we need to talk about that. So okay, let's just do a quick rundown of icks. Like, just list them and then we'll go into them later.
List them. Okay, icks. Hygiene. Hygiene. Ew. Oh my god. If your breath, your armpit, anything smells, your penis should not be smelling. That's not cute, right? Hygiene.
Okay, 10 is a lot, but yeah, go on.
Stingy. I hate a stingy man. I don't like a stingy person. Yeah. Because I'm not stingy.
One thing we always say, if you're going round to someone's house for the first time, show up with something.
Oh my god! Men! Or ladies, I
Yeah.
would never rock up to anyone's house empty-handed. That is a massive ick for me.
I know that's a cultural thing for us as well, but
I know it's just mannerisms.
but it is mannerisms, and I think these are things that we need to learn, and we need to kind of help school you, because we want you to win in life, gang. Even if I'm going to my friend's house for the first time or whatever, like just a little bottle, it's the gesture. I don't even care if you buy me like a fucking can of Coke if I was drinking Coke at this time, just to say, hey babe, I just wanted to stop and get you something that you like.
I just
whatever.
think it's polite to turn up to anyone's house the first time with something. It's for me, maybe like I said, it's cultural. That never turn up empty-handed for ladies and gentlemen, both of you. Right. Then what's my other ick? What's my third ick? It's when a guy's like lazy. Oh, like, you know, it's like, so, you know, like you got to get to know someone, so like they're in a job, so you know, what do you want to do? What's your ambitions? Yeah,
I'm good.
That's a big ick for me. Like,
Yeah,
I don't need you to be a billionaire or but I just
keep up. Like,
I just want you to have the same passion and zest for life as I do.
Because it could not even be like money driven, but if you've got that like go for life,
right.
like, I always say money comes. Don't worry. Like,
Yeah.
and this is like even in coaching, like even in like speaking to a lot of girls and stuff. Like for us, it's not just about like go get your money. It's like find the purpose, find the passion. The money will come. I'm being dead serious. The money will come.
It naturally comes when you have like. Yeah, that's another conversation. Yeah. And then I would say, oh my god,
I don't know why I said 10. Let's just
like
cute.
So what did I say? Stingy, hygiene, stingy, dress. Oh my god. Yeah. Wait. I mean, listen. I'm not saying I'm out here like one of the most stylish girls in the world. However. You need to move with the time and the era.
Cut legs, motherfucker.
You can't be wearing boot cut legs and like designer belts and like some baked t-shirts and come out with me. And yeah,
you know there's ones that are like swinging around around the old Air Forces.
Why should they still wear that? That should be illegal.
Yeah.
Right?
My mum used to say, oh what, did he not wear good trainers this time? I'd come home from a date, she's like, oh, did he have a hat on or something? Like, just, it would be something.
Look,
like
I'm not going to name names, but I told you about this, right? I went on a date. It was anyway, because I don't want the person to get embarrassed. He was wearing bootcut jeans, right? With some shoe thing. A Gucci belt. With a big Versace t-shirt, like you know, like the gold ones, you know, the fake ones, and you know them leather jackets that are like years ago, and it's like coming. There's no length. It's not fitted. It's not baggy. It's just there. It's here, and I looked so. And you know that night I felt so good. I looked so trendy. I had like a nice army like crop jacket on. I looked proper like trendy, and then we just looked so odd, and I could just see people looking at us like.
oh my chest.
It was just
because this is my thing with sometimes money. Like I don't care what money you've got or what designer clothes you've got. If you ain't wearing it right, baby,
it was designer, but it was just so.
No, but
I think the shoes were Prada, the belt was Gucci, the t-shirt was Versace, but it just.
Yeah.
It wasn't really. It was. Yeah. Oh my god, that was a massive. That's a massive ick for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone who's icks. Someone who's like quite ignorant. Ignorance is a big ick for me. Like manners is massive.
That's why going out and being on dates is really important as well, so you can understand how your guy, how your man, whatever is. If someone ever, like I've been on a few dates and people are like, come, and I'm like, I need to leave.
Wow.
I literally need to leave. It makes me feel awkward. Like the same thing. What's that saying? Like speak to the janitor the same way that you'd speak to the CEO.
100%. The way someone treats someone, like someone that, you know, I'm not going to name names, but that I've been going around in circles with for years, and one of the reasons I fell in love with him is because we'd go out from a young age. We'd go out, and he would just stop and give like homeless people money. He would talk to them. It was just such. It was such a turn. It was such a turn on and such a given thing to do. So yeah, like someone that's very like ignorant. And when I say ignorant, like ignorant towards my culture, or ignorant just towards life, or not open-minded, doesn't want to learn, and unintelligent, and you don't have to have a PhD to be intelligent and be educated. When I say educated again,
or inquisitive, like ask questions. Like if you don't know something about something, that's what I love like about my partner now. Like he doesn't know anything about dancing, but he's always like, so what happens in this and what you know, like he's very intrigued. Like, and I don't know nothing about what he does, but it's just a case of communication and asking someone what they're into and being intrigued by what that person does. Like that's
100%,
important.
100%. But yeah, like be open. Education is key. Again, I'm not talking about masters and having a PhD. I'm just talking about life education. Yeah. Anyway, I'm yapping on. It's your time. Let's go.
I'm conscious of time. I think you've covered most of them, but I've got loads of icks, and they're like not even coming.
I know. Can I just say I know what one of your icks is because you
oh, go on.
The grammar and the punctuation.
Do you know what? That's not really an ick. That's a general all-round thing. I had a private the other day, and the girl came in and said, I'm really conscious about how I speak because I'm scared that you're gonna correct me. And I was like, oh baby, no. Like, I'm just genuinely joking when I say it. Like, it irritates me on text. Okay. But like, I don't want my partner to feel like he can't speak to me because I say stuff that's so bad and wrong.
It's good. You need
but yeah, like, I don't want someone texting me like, you're
that's what I'm talking about.
Don't do it. Like,
the way you speak. That's actually
like I know we said that we like the bad boys and all that stuff before, but I don't like someone that's too hood.
Like open your mouth.
Be a chameleon, like adapt.
Right.
Like if we're around my parents, know how to speak to my parents. If we're around my friends, like know how to speak to my friends.
When you're
if you're around my work people, do you know what I mean? So be adaptable. That's something that's really big. Like you can't be 100%. Doing up like mandem when we're chilling with my nan.
Or you can't say wagwan to your mum. Wagwan miss, you alright?
Please, sir, do not do this. Another ick. Okay, like, oh god, there's so many that I can think of. Like in sex, just be open, just be communicative. Because I just don't like it when it's just like awkward or when no one speaks or there's nothing spoken about. Like for me, I'm just like, was that okay? Were we good? Like,
I think you need to express yourself when you're
because I'm so expressive as a person during sex, during whatever. Like I'm just myself, and I think when someone meets me on a level where now I have to second guess myself, I'm like,
right. No, you don't. No, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know what you need to do? I feel like with sex you have to be very open with what you want and what you like. Both parties, because you have to. Be able to marinate yourselves together and understand each other's bodies. That's the best way you can have that kind of yeah, I don't want to get
but yeah, I am going to go one more on what Sash said. I'm bringing it up again because it's motherfucking important. Hygiene. Okay, so just please
have a wash.
Please. Like, please.
Brush your teeth, mate.
I had to do this one in one of my relations. Like, gonna brush my teeth now. I know we've just been out for fucking like seafoods. Just brushing my teeth. Like,
are you serious?
And like get to bed.
Like it's tongue in your mouth.
Yeah, and then the whole sweaty situation down here.
When you know when they're doing this.
No, I don't want to know.
Yeah, the woof of the arm.
No, like I've had people that go to the gym and then want me to do up. No, I don't want to do it. Like, just go and wash him first.
This should be all fresh. You can't be doing this to your girl.
There's times where like I've had some like naughty partners as well where like I'll come back from the gym and he's like, yeah, I want to fuck you now, and I'm like, ew. And he's like, I don't like you sweating. I'm like, okay, maybe like as a one-off, but like can we not? Like I love being able to do what I do and not have to think,
that's horrible.
That's basically
horrible. But yeah.
So just sort him out, make sure he's fresh, we'll make sure we're good, and we'll go from there. So yeah, is that good? Okay, cool, should we cut? No, I'm joking. But yeah, I feel like there's literally no limit on how much we can talk about sex, relationships,
I can go into
that.
Sex.
And I feel like we might as well have another time where we can make up another topic and be like, go in on it. I feel like we can even explore icks more and like how it's made us feel in situations and like, because I go cold. I'm like, okay, I need to leave now.
Well, that'll be definitely another episode.
A round two with some extras.
We'll give you a round
thanks. I know you got to see a like slightly naughtier side. I mean, Sasha eats certain kinds of meat and I liked Bad Boys once upon a time and gave him the goods. So that's it from us. We're InSense with you all the time and we'll catch you soon.